Hey guys, James here with Waterford Business Solutions. And my staff loves to come up with the videos and everything that I end up sharing with you guys. They're the ones that give me all of the details and all of the descriptions here that we want to provide to you to help you guys out. And they decided to give me a fun one this week. And it's all about what is accounting. They want me to try to explain accounting in 15 minutes to you. Now, this is going to be a lot of fun because there's literally like 10-hour courses that you have to take in college to figure out what is accounting. So this is not going to be in depth. This is going to be kind of, hey, some high level overviews, and more importantly, a lot of why does accounting matter to you and why should you be doing accounting. So we're not going to be looking into the cold hard facts of let's go to accounting 101 and accounting 102 and accounting 103 at your local community college. No, that's not what we're going to be doing here. We're going to be talking about why accounting is important and why you should be doing accounting. And it's really going to be a pretty informative video. So I definitely invite you to buckle in, grab your pen and notepad, take some notes here, and join me to have some fun here. So accounting wise, let's start with just baseline kind of defining it. And accounting overall is just really the management and understanding of your money. It's making sure that we are tracking your money, your finances, your numbers, but it's going a little bit beyond that and not just saying, okay, let's look at what's in your bank account. We could do that by just having your bank account. Or we could do that by, oh, we want to make sure that we save enough for taxes and things like that. Well, we could do that with doing profit first accounting, where you've got multiple different bank accounts and everything there. But accounting, true accounting, really goes beyond that, where we are understanding your physical financial performance. And the cold hard truth of what is accounting is the understanding of your financial performance. Now, at the end of the day, accounting is making sure that you've got stuff ready for taxes. But that is the end goal of accounting. That is the thing that you use once a year. We, with our clients, we're done with it mid-January. We're filing the taxes in January, February for them, and we don't think about the taxes other than making sure they get the estimated tax payments in for 10 months, even though we're doing accounting every single month, because we want them to understand their finances and understand their numbers as a business. By having a grasp of your numbers, that's one of the best ways that you can grow your business and one of the best ways you can avoid pitfalls in failing at business, because that's the last thing that we want. We don't want your business to fail. In many businesses, especially small businesses and individual business owners, will fail in their first year or first 3 years because they do not have a grasp on the financial side. When you're getting into business, you want to have a business plan and a financial plan in place, but you also want to make sure as you get into business that you're tracking those finances, you're tracking what you're doing there, so that you are able to go ahead and ensure that you are aligning with that plan, that you're sticking to that plan. By doing accounting, we're able to track financial KPIs that you find important to you. We can track and see exactly how much you're spending on advertising. And not just how much you're spending on advertising, but how much you're spending on each and every source of advertising you're using. Well, if we can track that, now we can go back and we can take a look at where are your customers coming from? Okay, this many customers came from here, they produced this revenue. So we can take that tracking of your advertising and how much you're paying each advertising revenue or advertising stream, we can compare it to where your customers are coming from and how much you're making off of that to figure out what your ROI is on your advertising. just by doing your account. We work with home service pros, and so tracking labor metrics, understanding how much of your money that you're bringing in is going to direct labor versus indirect labor. Breaking it down further, let's say that you've got a commercial division versus a residential division, or an install versus service division. We can track how much of your revenue from each of those divisions is going into paying for the direct labor and then paying for the indirect labor on those areas. That's pretty easy to do. And that's just coming from accounting, because we're taking the time to make sure that when you have money hit that bank account, we're classifying that money and we're taking the time to break down that money, break down those expenses to understand exactly where they're going, so that we're not just saying, oh, well, that was payroll. No, we're saying that was payroll for the service department, so that we can then say, okay, based off of revenue for the service department, this is what our direct labor metric is. We can do the same thing with your materials. Instead of just saying, oh, well, that was materials, because we could do that all day long. For your taxes, that's all you need to do. On your taxes, I just need to tell the IRS, this is how much they spent on labor or salaries and wages. This is how much they spent on materials. This is how much they spent on advertising. That's all I have to do for your taxes. But accounting, and honestly doing it correctly, is taking it a step further so that you have an understanding of exactly where that money is going. If we're breaking down your labor by service and install, or commercial and residential, let's break down your materials to do that exact same thing. This is our service material. This is our installation material. That way we understand, now we don't just have a labor metric, we've got a material metric. We can do the same thing with your vehicles. We can break your vehicles down by each and every division if you want to. Accounting is all about the details. You can be as detailed or as simplistic as you want with accounting. I mean, again, like I said, end all be all, accounting is managing your numbers. All you need to do to manage your numbers is to know where that money went. Well, if we know that that money went to materials, we've done accounting. You're prepared for taxes. If you get audited, as long as you've got the source documents, the bills, the receipts, you're fine. But we can take it a step further. We can dig deeper, and we can be more specific by going ahead and understanding and reviewing exactly what is going on in your accounting so that we can give you those financial KPIs. Pretty much any monetary number that you want to pull for your business, we can pull with accounting. Now, it does mean that you have to have systems in place. You've got to have a price book that allows us to break down your income into the income categories you want to see. We've got to have a payroll system that allows us to break down your payroll into those categories that you want to go against. We've got to be entering bills and doing accounts payable for all of the bills, all of the expenses for your materials, so that we can break that down. If you want to break down expenses by area for whatever it may be, let's say advertising, and we want to break down your advertising by service versus install, we've got to be able to pull reports on how much you're running on everything there to give you that breakdown. So we definitely don't want to get too complicated with it where you're not able to physically provide the information that you need to give us what you're wanting there. But we still want to be able to provide as much detail as possible. Taking the time to really understand your numbers is really the true factor of accounting. And ultimately, a solid set of books, a solid set of numbers helps you in so many different ways. Like I said, for most of our clients, they're worrying about taxes for 2-3 months out of the year. And it's done because we've got a solid set of books throughout the year so that when we get to the end of the year, they're not rushing to get everything together. They're not freaking out trying to get everything fixed and get everything working all of a sudden. It's already done because they've been on top of it month after month after month, and they're not playing catch up now. Let's say that you need to go get a new insurance policy or a bond. If you're doing big government projects or commercial projects, you'll probably be required to carry a bond. Well, that bond is going to require financials, whether it be just a set of financials, whether it be reviewed financials, or whether it be certified financials. And we'll talk about differences there in a future video. But you're going to need financials to get that bond, and your bond agent is going to call up your accountant or ask you to provide those financials to them. So by having those solid accounting numbers and those solid financials already there, you're one step ahead and you're already there. If you decide that you want to sell your business, the cleaner your financials, the better those financials look, the more money you're going to get from selling your business. So why not go with it? That's what we want to try to do there, is get as much money out of selling your business as we can. But from a day-to-day perspective, it allows you to dig into and figure out how you can maximize the efficiency and the profit of your business. It lets you set goals so that you can get to whatever sale numbers, net profit numbers, anything like that that you want to, because you've got those solid financials. It also, more importantly, helps you budget and plan for the future, because we're not just looking at what you're profiting. When we're doing true accounting, we've also got an entire balance sheet that's taking a look at your assets. That allows us to plan for depreciation. That way we're taking depreciation smart, and we're taking it when it's going to benefit you, and we're not accelerating it and taking it all at once when it could benefit you better in future. We're also taking into account your cash flow. We're looking at what loans do you have upcoming? What payments do you have coming up that we need to make sure are listed and that you're prepared for, and that you have to have enough cash to cover, so that you don't get into a tight cash flow situation where you can't cover your expenses. By being able to track that and being able to review that, it makes sure that you stay on top of any issues where, hey, sales are getting a little low. We've got to either figure out how to get those sales up, or we've got to make the business smaller so that it aligns with the sales that you have there. So that's super important to make sure that you are looking at there. And it's all super easy to do with accounting. And it really is a very broad term. We could all day long look at Merriam-Webster or dictionary.com and look at their term of accounting. I'm not saying it's not wrong, but ultimately accounting is really understanding, making sure that you know, and grasping what your finances are and your financials. Whether you handle those or whether you outsource that, but you, even if you outsource it, still need to be looking at, understanding, and grasping those, not just saying, oh, I'm going to let someone else deal with this and I'm not going to worry about it, because you're giving away what is so vital of your accounting, is that understanding and ability to work on and grow your business. As always, guys, thanks for joining us. I hope this video was informative. If you want help understanding your numbers, if you want help breaking down your numbers, like I said, to figure out those KPIs, reach out to us here at Waterford Business Solutions. We'd be happy to show you how to set up your books, or even work with you on outsourcing that if that's what you really want to do, or just training you on how to do it yourself. You can call us at call us at 864-351-0852, or email us at info@waterfordbusiness.com. And also, in the meantime, feel free to share this video with anyone, like the video, and subscribe to our channel to help get more information just like this so that you can become a master of your own finances. Until next week, have a great day.